So who's watched Mad Men? It's one of those shows you must have seen by now, right? Well, it is a TV series that follows the advertising careers of art directors and copywriters on New York's Madison Avenue in the 1960s. It's full of smoking and drinking and Don Draper, but it's also full of lots of my favourite character pictured here, Peggy Olson. You can see her here striding confidently into a senior position at the McCann agency. But it's the last episode of the last season and it's taken her 7 seasons to get there. Let's fast forward 50 years. Women now study to be graphic designers. And since 1970, Monash University's graphic design qualifications have had students graduating with women in the majority. And since that time, this number has been increasing and women are now 71% of the graduates coming out of Monash. But this isn't just secluded to Monash. Universities throughout Australia, the UK and the US all have similar numbers. But when these graduates look to the industry for role models, they have trouble seeing some. Although they may not be experiencing the misogyny that Peggy had to endure, they find that women in Australian graphic design are virtually invisible. So in my research early last year, I surveyed the industry to tell me the names of women who had made significant contributions to Australian graphic design since 1960. I got 142 names, not bad, but on average each respondent could only name one woman. I also looked to the Australian Graphic Design Association to find some Peggies in their data. But since 1994, they've been running awards where women are only represented as 25% of winners and jurors. So again, women are starting to be very, very invisible statistically. But as a graphic designer myself, my practice-based research has pulled together 24 profiles of women mentioned in the survey. And I've put them together in an online website called affirmation.com. Here you can view portraits, biographies, videoed interviews and galleries of work of all these women. And you can also explore their networks and their connections through their work, through industry bodies, as well as their education. Now, this project has 2 purposes. One is to simply improve the visibility of women in Australian graphic design, but also it's generating a framework to help historians and researchers prioritise gender inclusivity into their work. What do we want? Visible women in graphic design. When do we want it? Now. Thank you.